get this show on the road. Jayon, what's up? Oof, sorry guys, I'm trying to type in my topic for today. Yes, first time mom, I'm being in the media industry. And my guest is here. Thank you everyone for tuning in to Learn and Relearn with Eve. Tonight promises to be a blast. I hope you have fun. So let's get to it. Let me invite my guest so that's inside our moment. I'm waiting for my guest. Her name is Earniewhine.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
I'm good.
Oh my God, see you! I haven't seen you in forever. My God.
Honestly, we've not seen in a long time.
I tell you, the last time I saw was like what, 2018 thereabout?
Yeah, 2018 actually.
Yeah, 2018. That was the last time I swear.
Good to
The
see
hustle
you.
is
How
real,
are you?
man. The hustle is. I'm great, bro. I'm great. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be
Anytime, girl. Anytime. Okay, guys. So, if you're just joining in, this is Earniewhine. She does what I do. She's a host, presenter, MC, everything together. And currently, she's running a single series of stuff for mothers, and it's called Being a Mom or something like that, for Startup Mom or something.
Being a mom.
So, yeah, being a mom. So, she's using her own story to inspire people, and also letting people have the opportunity to tell their own stories, which is a good thing, I believe. So, anyway, today's topic is being a first-time mom and being in the media industry. So, guys, I and Earniewhine have worked closely for almost 2 years. We were both TV presenters for a show.
2 years. 20.
Actually, there was more than 2 years. Yeah, that's true.
2017.
Yeah, 2017. Yeah, that's true though. So, she's my non-identical TV twin.
Twin, yes, girl. I miss my twinny.
Yeah, she's my non-identical TV twin. So, I mean, we developed this bond after we started working together. To be honest, we never thought we'd like each other from the first time we met. It was pretty hard. I'm gonna say that. You know me, I'll say it. So it was pretty hard, but we got along very well, and we had a very great run. We're still having a great. The third person missing that suffered our this is Larry Foreman, although he's not here. So it was the man in between two women. So
and he knew what it meant to be a man.
I know, right? Especially when we had to argue on topics and all that. He was also
music
like,
video man. Oh goodness, that guy was always a scapegoat.
Okay, so let's dive right into it so that Instagram will not start giving us countdown very soon. Okay, so today's topic is first time mom and being in the media industry. But first of all, before we get into the part of you being a mom, let's talk about your journey in the media industry. How did you start out? Did you start out as a red carpet host, or did you start out as straight up TV presenter?
The funny thing is, I started off as a writer. I used to write for a magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That was how I started. So here, let me just. I'm going to try my best to make it really brief. When I finished as a secondary school leaver, I loved to write. I loved to read. And I remember there was a particular day I was reading this magazine. It was an entertainment magazine, and it had a lady on the front cover, Ronke Apampa. So I read her story. At that time, she had a child, and also as a teenager, she was writing for a magazine. And eventually, she got pregnant. She was impregnated by the owner of the magazine. So she moved to the UK and continued life there in the UK. And I was really, really inspired by the fact that as a teenager, she was not just living the teenage life, not just waiting around to see what's going to drop on her laps. She was writing for a magazine. So I was really, really inspired by that. And I just felt, look, you just keep writing every now and then. You just have loads of journals. You write articles and you're just there doing nothing. why not just, you know, just try to look out for a magazine you can write for, at least be a contributor. So there's this magazine then, Roots magazine, and I went in search of the editor-in-chief. Now, the editor-in-chief is somebody who my mom knew, my dad knew. But when I approached him as somebody he did not know. I just sent him a text. I told him I wanted to have a meeting with him, and you know, he set up the meeting. And when I got there, I just told him I was a secondary school leaver. I had so much energy. I really wanted to write and express myself. I showed him some of my journals, and I was like, you know what? Don't worry. I've seen enough. I think you have the job. And that was it. It wasn't as if, so it was after he gave me the job, I told him, okay, so my mom is this, my dad is this. And he was like, oh, you're like a child to me. And I'm like, yes, I know. But I didn't want you to give me the job based on because you know my mom or you know my dad. I wanted you to give me the job to see, on merit, knowing if I could do it like myself or not because, oh, I'm daughter to whomever. So I got that job and I was writing. I had a column called My Thoughts where I shared articles that had to do with political issues, marriage issues, religion, anything that came to my mind, I would write. And I remember when I started, it was really tough because, you know, there's this thing called writer's block. There are times when you don't know what to write. You are not inspired. So I would go in search of what would I write, what is happening and all of that. Then later on I realized that the magazine had an entertainment segment, but it was not bubbly. It was just entertainment of one Oba is doing something. I was like, what's this? So I said, sir, please give me the opportunity. I know quite a number of people I can talk to. So he said, okay, go ahead. So I went ahead. I started interviewing the likes of Body on Odeko. It was the producer of Mingle TV show at that time. I interviewed my cousin Clarence. I interviewed quite a number of people. So it was really, really doing well. So basically that was how I started off in the media as a writer. Then afterwards, I started writing again for some blogs and all of that. Then when I got into University of Lagos, I had the opportunity to start off with radio. So I was co-hosting a show on Radio Ambassadors Radio Show. And it was really amazing because I got to interview a lot of people, top people, Governor Ambode, Pat Utomi,
when you're big. Now you now.
Come off it. No, stop it. So like that, then from
doing well.
Okay, my baby, thank you. So from radio, then I moved to TV. So that was how I basically started. And here we had today. This is my 8th year in the media industry. My 8th year.
Oh, Nepal will embarrass you. My God.
No, Nigeria.
Nepal will embarrass
you.
She said Nigeria as a country. But okay, still, it doesn't matter. Just keep going. So, aside you being a writer and being a presenter, is there anything else you feel like you could have done if you were not? Yeah.
Darling, I do quite a lot that people don't know. I do artist and talent management, and I've been doing it for the past 3 years, if not 4. And people don't know. And I like it that way because at the end of the day, it's not about people knowing that I do this. It's just a matter of me having to deliver at the job I have to do. I do. What else do I do? I also have a fashion brand, Olivia Queen. And
yes, that's true. How could I forget that?
Yeah, so I do quite a number of things that people don't know. But basically, when people say Earniewhine, they know Earniewhine is a TV girl, event host, red carpet, and all of that. But other things I do, you know, talent management, PR.
Okay, so the talent management part, I didn't know about that. I'm just finding out now.
Yeah, I know.
That's one thing I know. I'm sure I did not know, but I mean, it's all right. It's all right. You're a woman of many talents. It's okay.
I am.
But okay, so how has it been? Because I mean, we've had quite a ride, at least so far, with the little experience that we've gotten.
My dear.
But from your own side, how has it been being in the media industry, especially as a woman? How has it been for you? Because I know that sometimes it can be crazy, but from your own view, how has it been?
Like you said, sometimes it can be crazy. I feel that most times and all the time it's crazy. Being in the media industry is not as glamorous as people think it is. It's a whole lot and it is hard, especially as a woman. Because and if you're lucky, you might actually be on radio and there's really no much attention on you. People know your voice, they probably know your name, but they don't know your face. But if you start off and you're on TV, it's a whole lot of pressure. This is what I mean by that. So you're on TV, people are seeing you, and there's this conception about whenever you're on TV, for you to have made it to TV, you have made it in life. However, it is the direct opposite. It's not like that. It's not
That's
like
very
that.
true.
So when
Because once they see you on TV, they're like, you have blown, no mad, you know, that kind of thing. They will not understand that.
And they don't know they don't know the dues you've had to pay for you to be on that TV, and they don't even know the dues you're still paying. I mean, the lifestyle is not equal to the income. I just want people to know that.
Please, can you make it louder? Please, can you make it louder?
Please get a pen if you did not hear that. The lifestyle is not equal to the income if you are on TV, if you're in the media. It takes a whole lot. And that's why you realize that as a woman it's tougher, because see, as a guy you can get away with a lot of things. There's really no much expectation. If you go out to a red carpet or to go and host events looking with just your shirt and trouser, so far you look neat and good, it's fine. But as a woman, if you don't look, if you are not turning heads, if you don't like, if you're not, so there's a certain expectation that is, that people want to get from you, and the truth is it does not come from what you do. So what I usually tell people is, see, when you say you want to be on TV, oh, this person is inspiring me, this person is my role model, pick your battles wisely. You don't know what that person is going through, and you don't know what exactly it is. Don't think because they look good, they look amazing, they look that they are boxed up or they are living the life. First of all, don't be deceived. Anything you see on TV or social media is what, my dear, can you please have to tell them how many cuts, take from top will do? Do you get? Stop. It's not live.
Take that pose again. No, sit like this. Don't sit like this.
You get? So it is actually, TV and social media is a world of make-believe. We as TV personalities who are on social media, there's a whole lot to our lives that you see on TV. So the truth is, being in the media industry is not as easy, as glamorous as people make it. It's a whole lot.
Yeah.
You are going to be broke for a long time if that's your only job.
My G, that part though. That part
though. You're going to be broke for a long time. If you're not passionate about the job.
You pointed out something. You said, being as a woman, being in the industry and all that, and as a man, he can easily get up and just wear a shirt as long as he looks sharp.
With a lot of things.
Now, but I'm going to point out two things. Okay, nowadays, the men tend to go out off board more than the women these days.
Don't mind them. Is that Buka that is disciplining them?
I've noticed that now. I can't remember which award it was, but it was sometime last year. It was like the men planned it for the women. They came basbos. They were ready.
Right.
And then now, before radio, where you wake up in the morning, you can wear jalamia and go to work, and you go and do your work and you come back.
Yeah.
But now that they're streaming live, they're seeing you in the studio. So even if you don't wear makeup, you still have to look a little bit, presentable.
Very true.
Do you understand?
And that's
but now there's one question that I want to push out to you, because we argue a lot about this. Me and you, I'm sure we've argued with one person or the other. Now, the men in the industry believe the women have it easier than they do. Is this true?
It's not true. And I'll tell you why they think women have it easier. They think so because as women, you have a lot of admirers, people who like you, people who want to, go all the way out for you. They think you might, because you're just a woman, they think you're attractive and you can get away with some things. Whenever you approach anybody, they can give you anything. And that is not true. That is not true. For women, see, it's one thing for you to be a woman and know that this is what I like to do. It might not pay me now, but I'll keep pushing and do all I can till it pays me. It's another thing to know that, so this is my work. It looks glamorous, but it's not exactly that way. However, I don't mind doing some other things to back it up. Some other things that another woman might necessarily not want to do. Do you get? So maybe for those people, maybe we can say it comes easy, fine. But that's not true. See, it is what applies to some men that applies to some women. As a woman,
true.
I think you're even at the receiving end. Because if you approach some people who you think might help you probably get a particular gig, secure some gigs or some jobs, and you don't want to do it some certain way they want it to be done, you are out of that game. They will look for another person who wants to do it the way they want it to be done, and they will get it. Takes them just this and they will get it. So that's not true.
Okay, so let's move to auditions now. I know how many auditions we've gone for this in this life that we cannot count. And I know how many.
Let me adjust my phone.
And I know how many no's we've had to swallow, you know, because I look at people, especially people that are coming behind us, and you know, they want things to happen like that. And a lot of them don't know how to handle rejection, right? So they go for this audition and they'll come out and be like, but I actually looked the part. I actually did well. Why didn't they choose me? Why this? Why that? Why this? And I actually want you to share your, like, 1 or 2 experiences you've had when it comes to auditions, because we've all experienced it. We've all been through it. It took a lot for us to learn how to accept no and know that honestly, the next thing for us to do. Yeah, I know that the next thing for us to do is move on and say, you know what, see, another one is coming. We'll not kill ourselves. Do you get? So now, 1 or 2 experiences that you've had, that you went for an audition and in your mind you're like, I'm going to land this job, only for them to send you like a mail, or you don't even get a call back or something. So how did you feel?
Okay, so I think I would just say this free of charge. See, if you are the kind of person, you know, some people are really laid back and they just believe things will happen. You will land on their lap. Fine, no problem. Whatever works for you. Absolutely. But if you are the kind of person who wouldn't mind going for all the auditions available, you need to understand that there's something about auditions. At the end of the day, if you don't get picked, it's not your fault. If you get picked, it's not because you know how to do it. It is because if you don't get picked, it's because you don't have that thing they are looking for. Tomorrow, they might be looking for something that is all about you from head to toe. Then you get that job. If you go for an audition and you get picked, it is not because you are that amazing, even though you might be amazing. Just know that they wanted something, they were looking out for something, and you hadn't. You might go for another audition tomorrow and you do all you can and you still not get picked. Now, talking about auditions and rejections and acceptance, I feel that, see, I should write a book on this. So
if that's the case, we'll be writing books. So
you even know my struggle with this age factor of a thing. And I know when I started off, you know, I was a young girl who had so much energy. I was bubbly. And whenever I go for auditions, I would meet people who would, you know, they would be fidgeting. They are scared. They are like going through the script and they don't even know what's up. And I'm just going to be giving them ginger that don't worry, forget about it. You don't have to get it word for word. I'll be the vibe. And we're all going for the audition. If it's an open one, I would smash it. My guess is I will still smash it. Nothing they happen. You know? And we all would all go and we're expecting that call. Then I wouldn't get that call. So one particular one happened to me. Let me share this story. I was in Unilag then. I think it was my first year in the University of Lagos. There's this lady I knew. She was actually a graduate of my department, mass communication. So she knew quite a lot of people who were already in the industry, wanted to start off shows and all of that. So there was a particular day she invited me for an audition, and it went, you know, we got there, met a lot of people. As usual, now people would be fidgeting because it's their first time, which I don't blame them. It's their first time. I was just lucky to have been exposed to it earlier than others. So, you know, it went well. In a nutshell, it went well. I smashed it and all of that. So much later, I didn't get a call, and I went to meet her. Madam, what's up now? Your people did not call me back. What happened? I know I did well. I was so confident. I was confronting her that, why didn't you people give me that job? She said, oh, honestly, they thought I was actually a professional TV presenter. They were even accusing her that she went to bring a pro for them. It's just that, you know, they were complaining about your age factor. Madam, that was the first time I was hearing about age factor. I was like, hey, age factor. What's that?
What's that?
I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. Like, so at that point, I didn't find it funny anymore that, what do you mean by they said I was a professional? But they didn't give me the job because of a particular reason. Then I need to pay attention to that reason. So I went back to the hostel with my friend, and I was like, do you know what is called H factor? She said, yes, you have it. And I'm like, yes, I have it. Are you mad? We thought you were fake. You are
She
my
said you
friend.
mad.
I have H factor. And you
And
know, but
nobody
you
told
never
you
told
this.
me. I said,
Yeah.
first of all, what is H factor? She said, you know, when you want to call egg, I not say egg. She was saying everything and it made no sense to me. So I'm like, no, this is BS. Darling, at that time, that thing started toying with my self-confidence. I would go out where I would talk and the scatter everywhere. I would want to, because that's me, but I would hold back a bit that I don't want them to know I have H
To laugh
factor.
at you. Yeah.
It started rubbing off on my radio show. I would go for auditions, and when I'm supposed to be expressive, I would hold back. And when you're trying to hold something back, what you don't even know. I knew there's something called H factor, but I didn't know what exactly it was. So that thing, for a long time, it was a battle for me. It cost me quite, low self-confidence. I was, when you're coming from, when you're at 80 and you drop back to 45, and it seems like you're going all the way down. Up until a moment, darling, permit me to share this part. Do we have 30 minutes or 1 hour?
Right now we still have like 35 minutes, so go ahead, continue.
Okay, so let me use a few minutes to share this part. So up until when I left Rave TV, so when I was at Rave TV, we had quite a lot of audience from the north, because it was a free TV. It wasn't on DSTV or any dish like that. So when I left Rave TV and I was focusing on Muse on TV, a colleague of mine at Rave TV reached out to me and said, oh, so there's this particular person who used to call in on our show when you were on the show, and he's been calling asking after you. He works for BBC. And I'm like, oh wow, I have a fan who has been looking for me because he has not seen me on the show, and he even works for BBC. Wow. Please share the contact. I need to actually reach out to this person, because it was like a big deal to me. So I reached out to this person, and he was like, oh, we kept on talking. I was like, oh, I missed you, this, that, and all of that. So because he worked at BBC, I just thought it was somebody who could evaluate my TV presenting skill, tell me where I needed to do better and all of that. So I was like, so he said all you had to say, and I was like, well, I just have a little challenge, I have H factor. And I was like, what's H factor? I said, see this one that is working for BBC. What is BBC? Is it not British Broadcasting Corporation? You don't know H factor?
Like.
So, in my mind there, I was being smart. I was defining H factor for him. I was, saying, I was even giving him examples. He said, madam, calm down. I know what H factor is called. I know the meaning. But wait, when you listen to a Ghanaian speak, how would you really differentiate that? How would you know that this person is Ghanaian? I said, is it not the pastor? The pastor kind of thing. He said, so what if you hear a South African? He kept on giving me instances that I kept on giving. And at that time, we just went for Afrima, where all these African artists from all over Africa countries
of the
came.
world.
So it was it was fresh in my head. I still heard most of them at the red carpet at Afrima. So he said, see, if you have H factor, it's probably because you are Yoruba or one thing. Don't let it bother you. Okay? When you hear a British speak, it's the, when you hear Americans speak, I mean, at that time, it gave me a lot of breakdown, and I felt, it was as if I felt a big stone, a rock lifted from my head. Darling, from that point on, I would go for any audition I would go for. I would go for any audition I can go for. If I don't get a call back, I would know his H factor, and I would not mind.
Yeah.
Because at some point I was really trying that, okay, let me try. I would Google, I would try to record, I would try to, buy some materials, but it was still not helping me. I still felt like it was still the same thing. So I stopped bothering my head. So because I knew I know that I have H factor, if I go for some auditions, I know that I may not get picked. And it's fine. The ones that will pick me, they will pick me. As a matter of fact, some people are looking for that H factor. So please, for anybody out there who goes for audition, there's always a probability that you will be picked or you will not be picked, depending on who and what exactly they want. If
they're
you're not
looking
picked,
for,
it's not your fault.
True. True.
There's a
Very
particular
true.
show that it is you they are looking for, your energy, your physique, your face, how you speak, how you express yourself. So there's going to be another audition that you will be picked. But when you get a no, my dear, hug that no. And there's one thing I feel is amazing about auditions. It helps you to get better. It helps you to build your self-confidence. It helps you to be able to face the crowd and even the people who you feel they are like superior to you, the people you look up to.
Very true.
So
Very
please
true.
keep going for the auditions. In short, let them keep giving you the no's, because the more no's you get, the more you go for the auditions and the better you will become. It will get to a point. Everything in life is staged.
And the funny thing about auditions is you go for this audition and in your mind you're like, this is where I'm going to die if I don't do this, if I don't get this job, this audition.
Honestly.
Then they'll not tell you no. You not find out that another one will come that you might not even hustle for the audition. You will not even know. Somebody might even refer you. And you now find out that the offer with the one you didn't even stress for is probably even better than what you would have gone to hustle for.
Absolutely.
So I think another thing.
So, and I'm sure you know about this, that see, the jobs in the industry that they gather people for audition, they gather 10,000 people for auditions, are the jobs that will not really pay you.
And the jobs that already, and already, those are the kind of jobs that they even probably have people that they want to use already. But they just want you to just be there and see, maybe, okay, this person can fill in this place, this person can fill in that spot.
And use you to gather content.
I know. So before we,
I feel that at the end of the day, everything is staged. This industry is a matter of time and season. Time and season. You get to a point where you don't even go for auditions anymore.
Is your time.
When is your time? You get to a point where somebody will just refer you, and all you do is have to send your video, a 1-minute video. And they'll call for a meeting sharply. As a matter of fact, that offer you will come and you review that offer and still tell them no.
No. True. But you know, the funny thing is, I've come to realize also that, I always talk about something when it comes to, especially in this industry, people don't know how to identify their strengths and their weaknesses. Because in this industry, everybody can do everything. We are actors, we are presenters, we are models, we are MCs, we are hosts, we are this, we are that, But a lot of us don't understand. Like for me, I was telling somebody that if I want to, out of the three, if I want to put like hierarchy, I would say more of a model, presenter, than actor. But because I went for training as a presenter, my presentation comes first now. And then being a model. So if I'm going to put everything out of 100, I'll say, okay, 50% presenting, 30% modeling, and 20% acting. Acting is something that I'm still working on. But right now, everybody who is a radio presenter or TV presenter feels like they can be an MC. And people don't know that they're two different things.
Oh God, it's such a huge misconception. And I've heard
so how are you able to differentiate your own weaknesses and your strengths in the profession that you're in?
Okay, so I think for me, so when I started writing for a magazine, when I stopped that work, the next gig I landed was writing for a blog. Now that blog happens to be a blog that, there's a part where the owner of the blog is actually she's Nigerian, but she's based in the US. So whenever she comes to Nigeria, she gathers a lot of content, go back there and, begin to upload them on our website, little by little, bit by bit. So there was a part where, I had to do Vox Pop. We'd go for events together and I'll be on the red carpet. I would, ask people questions, I would do a lot of that. So then little by little, it got to the point where I would have to stand in front of the people and address them and do a little bit of anchoring, right? Even before I started radio and TV. So I knew that was a thing for me. It was something I could do and undo very well to a large extent without training. So yes, I could do that. Then when I got into radio, I knew I wanted to do TV. TV had always been the in thing for me, has always been the goal for me. But I knew it was going to be little by little. I'll take it a step at a time. So after radio, I got into TV. But I knew that in University of Lagos, in my 100 level, I think it was first semester, I started anchoring events in the department. I started anchoring events in the main auditorium, and if you know University of Lagos, you know that for you to be able to stand in front of UNILAG students and anchor and hold them down, then there's no crowd you cannot hold down. So I learned on the job. Do you get? So I knew that I'm not anchoring and being a TV presenter because I felt that both comes together. It was just because it was as a result of what I could do and what I had done. Do you get? So the misconception of this, when you're a TV presenter or a radio presenter, you have to be a host, you have to be an actor. It's a whole lot in the industry, and that thing can flop. I've had first-hand experiences with it, and people think when you're an actor, especially when you are out there, your name is out there, you should be able to be, you should be able to host events. And no, see, it is one thing to be able to stand in front of the camera and do your thing.
I have seen even big names. I have seen some big names in the industry. That's the acting industry. I have seen some of them host events, and I'm like,
no,
this is not cut, take, camera, action, whatever. This is live. You're talking to people, and it's annoying how a lot of them don't understand that you have to understand the kind of crowd you are talking to. Your audience, you should know who they are, because at every event you have the elites, you have the posh, you have the ones that have average size money, you have the downright mogbomoya people. You know, so whatever you're doing, you have to be able to find a balance between everything. But you just find out that sometimes they level either their speech at maybe the elites, or they're trying to impress because maybe at the end of the day they're trying to get connects and all that, and then you now leave a certain set of people away from the event, and they're not having fun like the people that you're trying to connect to. And then you now find out that
of the whole event.
You know, and then you now find out that the people that they're even trying to connect are not even bothered about it. They're probably using their phones, or they're talking, trying to settle one deal or the other. You know, so
do you know why?
So final question.
I think that is because of the industry. Now, when we say that the media industry is not as glamorous as people think it is because of the stakeholders in the industry. You would agree with me that majority of the stakeholders in the industry, majority of people who own the radio stations, who own the TV stations, majority of them are users. I'm sorry to say, but I'm not exactly sorry. They are users.
I'm not sorry. You're right. Lisbeth, if you're not careful, you're basically slaving for somebody.
Do you get? They need OAPs and TV presenters who would fill their TV station and do shows, create amazing content while they make the money. So you have the name and the fame with nothing in your pocket, and they have all the money. Do you get? So the unfairness from their part is what has made the industry what it is. And as a result of hustle and bustle, at the end of the day, the bills don't pay themselves.
Like, so people don't understand that your passion is one thing, your hustle is a different thing.
Oh my God.
That's why people say, oh no, come and do this stuff. Especially when you're starting out. That thing is funny. Remember we had that experience. Don't worry, they will give you free exposure. Because you're looking for platform. Because you're looking for platform. They'll now say, oh, we'll give you free we'll give you free exposure. I mean, and because you're trying to build a profile,
we'll give you the platform, we'll push you, you'll be out there. They'll not even tell you, they'll not take it a notch higher. They'll not say the moment you get that platform, people will now start searching for you. They will call you for their events, for appearance, they will pay you.
Yeah.
Oh God. They'll tell
and guess what? They'll now they'll say they're giving you free platform, and then they'll now stress you on top the whole thing again. Like, that thing is annoying. Ooh, the network, don't start with me right now, please. Can you hear me? Anyone? Can you hear me? Okay, so network has decided to start their stuff.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, it's better now. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, good. Okay, so you now have to multitask and do a whole lot of things. But the truth is, the reason I said the industry is messed up is because of the stakeholders, because they just want you to do all the work. They don't pay you. They will owe you.
You're literally slaving.
Yeah, basically that's the word. Do you get? And at the end of the day, the bills won't pay itself. There's something
You
about this
know?
generation. We just feel once we are 18 or 20, there's a need for us to move out of our parents' house to start living
Mm-hmm.
on our own. So because you think,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I am working necessarily does not mean I am getting money.
Yo.
And because you need to hustle has to pay the bills, their bills. So the people who don't have any business whatsoever on the stage will come and say
Mm-hmm.
they are event hosts, and they will fumble,
Like,
they will mess your
you
event
know,
up.
another thing that even pisses me off is they see you outside and they think that your life is perfect. You know, oh yeah, did I see you on TV? Are you not the one talking on the radio? Are you not the one? And they now look at you like you don't have problems of your own or you cannot sort out issues. Then I'm just like, okay, how about now the last question before we get into your mom side of you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you've ever experienced this in auditions. Now, there are some people that when they come in for auditions, you've seen them probably talk outside, you've heard how lively and extroverts they can be and all that. And then they go inside and they do the audition. Like you see them outside, they're rehearsed, they're ready to take on the bull by the horn and everything. And then they go inside and they falter. Do you understand? But if you actually put some of these people behind the mic live, they do better than they do at auditions. I don't know if you see if that has happened to you
Yeah,
before.
yeah. I think that has to
So
do with what you said about knowing your strengths.
yeah, because I've come to notice that there's like I've had a few experiences, especially with acting auditions, that if you give me a script right now for my audition, like I would kill it because I've read the lines and I totally understand it. Oh, network has started. My Jesus. And can you hear me? Yo, sup. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, yeah. Okay, so I've had that. Yes, I can. Okay, so guys, looks like I might have to. Okay, it's getting better. Yeah, so like I was saying that at auditions, I've had experiences where if you give me a script at an audition, I'll probably mess it up. But if you put me on set, like if you give me a script and you're like, oh, you're going on set the next day, I actually do better. I don't know why. So have you
Okay,
ever
I
had that
think
experience where
yes, I have. So I've had that kind of experience before, and I think this is why.
Mhm.
First of all, there's something about having to go in front of people that that these people want to judge me. These people are the
Yeah.
ones who decide if I'm going to get this job or not. So they're going to say
Mm-hmm.
if I've messed up or do you get? There's this pressure that comes with that. That thought already. There's this pressure that comes with it, and with that kind of pressure, you can do and undo. I've actually gone for an
Yeah.
audition before that. I got into the auditioning room, and it was a TV audition, darling. It was a TV audition. At that time, I had worked on different TV platforms, and I went in there, and it was a situation of I didn't even say anything. I didn't even say anything, honestly. So, darling, see, if I wanted to
Oh
kill the
my
audition,
God.
all I had to do was my intro on News on TV.
Yeah.
That was all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or my intro on one of the shows I've done in Ray TV, which till now I can give you right now, right here. But
Mm-hmm.
what happened,
True.
I can't say. So there's this, I think it's called, yeah, Isaac says it's called stage fright. So
Yeah.
I basically was just, and they were like, okay, you know what, thank you very much. And I'm like, thank you too. I just carried my bag and I left. Do you get? So that thing actually happened compared to you being in a situation.
Oh my God. And that thing
Compared to
can
you.
pain because you now go outside, you now be angry with yourself, like what the like I
Yeah,
actually got this. I had
and
the thing all
you
along.
can't actually flog yourself. So
You
so
know?
but on the other hand of you having to be in a situation where you know that this is like, oh, they can cut and say no, take it again or take the line again. They're in a
Yeah,
relaxed
yeah.
atmosphere. You know that these people are
Mm-hmm.
not after, oh, she's not good or she's messed up or this. They're after, no, we need to get the lines right. So just take it again. Calm down. They tell you to calm down, take a chill pill.
Yeah.
You know, they'll make you feel good and comfortable. So that one, because you know that's how that one is, they are going to be like, don't worry, it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. So it takes a lot to master not being, you know, not being getting off yourself or getting off your skin when you see people who are going to judge you, because you know that last whatever goes, it's okay for you to say, okay, maybe you forgot your lines or just do something else entirely, and it's another thing for you to just freeze and be looking at them like,
freeze.
hello?
I swear down.
Hello?
I swear down. Like, it's crazy. It's
but
very
no, that
crazy.
thing is real. It's real. It's
nah,
real.
It's real. It's really real. Okay, so now let's get into the other part of you. How did it feel when you found out you were first when you first found out you were having a baby? That's what I'm going to start from, because I came for your wedding, so I can't say how was your wedding. I definitely came for your wedding.
Yeah.
But
so
how did you feel when you found out? Yeah.
I was not expecting to be pregnant. So here's the G.
They never are.
See, funny
you
enough,
mothers are never expecting to be pregnant. Continue.
So funny enough, I actually filmed a whole content talking about my pregnancy journey for being a mom. I've not even edited it. It's just somewhere in my files. So when I got pregnant, I think a month before I got pregnant, my husband and I were like, okay, you know what, let's try to have a baby. I think we're good to have a baby. We can afford to have a baby. Then we tried to have a baby we tried for 1 week. And I still saw my next period. I was just discouraged. Like, what's this?
You said we tried for 1 week.
I said,
really?
See, I'm not ready. 1 week.
I'm tired. Sorry. 1 week. Wow.
I'm like,
hey, continue. This just is interesting, please.
So I'm like, see, I don't think this baby is ready to come. Let's just take our time. Then I started feeling unwell, and there's something about my husband. Carry out a pregnancy test, and I'm like, okay. So this time around, I carried out the pregnancy test solely on expecting for it to be positive. I was like, you know, when you're carrying out the test, and your mind is not even there, you're just thinking of the next outfit you want to slay. Only for me to look at this strip, and it was 2 red lines. I was like, wow. So for me, I was.
Oh my god.
My first reaction was dumb. I didn't know what to feel.
Wow.
I just didn't know what to feel like.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, hold on. So I'm gonna have to sign out and sign back in because Instagram is already giving me the countdown thing. So let me sign out and then come back on. Okay.
All right. No problem. I'll be waiting.
All right. Okay, guys. I need to quickly sign off and sign back in because Instagram is already giving me a countdown. Please don't go anywhere. Thank you to everyone who's managed to join in. I really appreciate it. But we're still on. I'm not going anywhere. So please stick around, okay? See ya. Okay. We are back.
Yes, we are back.
We are back. Okay, so you were saying that the first time you found out you were pregnant because you were not expecting it.
Yeah, so I was just like dumb. Then my husband went off thanking God, alhamdulillah, and I'm like, okay, so I'm actually supposed to be thankful. So I'm like, okay, let me follow through. Alhamdulillah.
Seems like he was more excited than you were.
I was supposed to be excited, but because I was so sure I was not pregnant. I was so sure.
That shock was like,
it just took away all the reactions. It just took everything away. So at the point when he said, oh, alhamdulillah, I just triggered it like, okay, so my reaction should be, alhamdulillah.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about your trimesters, your first 3 months, your next.
Okay, that's the thing.
No, don't worry, we're not going to go into detail because obviously some things are very personal. But health wise, how did you feel in your first trimester?
It was a mess. I was a mess. I was in and out of the hospital for practically all 3 months. So as at the time when I knew I
Wow.
was pregnant, I think I was 5 weeks gone, 5 weeks or 6 weeks gone. So the rest of the
Yo.
weeks in the first trimester, it was a whole lot. So it started from the day I knew I was pregnant. So I was feeling quite
Mhm.
unwell.
Mhm.
I wasn't like even feeling unwell like that. I was just feeling not so. I didn't have the energy. I was getting weak easily, and I took the test. So when I found out I was pregnant, I found out on a Monday, and I
Mhm.
started falling really sick on Tuesday.
Wow.
And it started with me eating my home. Yes, I hated my home. I didn't want to be in my house. I hated the sight of everything. I hated the color of everything. I felt like we should move,
So
and
everything was everything was just irritating you, left, right,
everything
and
was irritating me. I know. I remember when I went to the hospital. There was a time I was, For me, they usually say it's morning sickness, but it was experience
yeah.
that made me understand it's not morning sickness. It's actually all through the day sickness. I would puke everything I consume. It got to the point where
Mhm.
I was actually eating because I wanted to be able to throw up something. So it's not just
Yeah.
water. I threw up to
Mhm.
the point where I started feeling pain in my esophagus. Yes. I threw up to the point where I threw up to the point where I thought I was throwing
Oh
up
my
blood.
God.
I thought I was throwing up blood.
Wow.
I remember when I went to the hospital and they gave me some medications and I was reacting to some of the medications and my body was itching. The whole of my body was itching, and it was I'm
Mhm.
not see if I start, my dear, I might not end. It was a lot.
If you start to talk.
Ah, my
But I
darling. I
mean,
remember
it's just,
when I
you
took
know,
drips, like it was so much.
but were you, so that means like you now started getting, like your body started adapting by the fourth month, right?
Yes, so by the fourth month, I totally got better. There were some times
Mhm.
where I would feel the need to throw up,
Mhm.
I would throw up then. But I felt really better at the fourth month. I felt better. Then life was not becoming normal to an extent. But I still had some things where that I just didn't want to see, some things where I just didn't want to, perceive. I still had that, but it
Mhm.
was way better than the first trimester. That first trimester, I lost the weight so much that from a size 8, I was a complete size 6. That was how much weight
Yo,
I lost. Yeah.
yo, that's a lot of weight. Okay, so being like, you know, having knowing that you were expecting a baby, and
Yeah.
obviously you have to work because obviously I know you when it comes to work, you and work. I don't understand, but there is and do you.
Girl,
So
you know this.
I'm trying to understand because I know that at a point your brain is still trying to process a lot of things. You're trying to
Yeah.
understand, okay, at this point I need to sleep, at this point I need to rest, at this point I need to send a mail, I need this point. So how were you able to balance that period, knowing that you were having a little one coming, and then I'm sure
Yeah.
jobs were coming in left, right, and center. So
Yeah, they were.
how were
They
you able
were.
to how were you able to find a balance?
So the first job that came in for me when I got pregnant, it was actually when I was in my first trimester. And I know that
Wow.
I think it was 2 days to that job I was thinking of canceling. And I had been paid 100% of my money. So I was just thinking, how do I cancel on
Oh.
those people? I wasn't even thinking about my health. I was just concerned
Mhm.
about my own reputation. What would they think
Yeah,
of
your
me?
integrity.
How would I
Yeah.
begin to tell them that so it's because I'm pregnant? Who cares? We did not know you were pregnant when you collected our money.
And they'll tell you you will be the first, you will not be the last. So yeah,
Do you
go ahead.
understand? They'll just tell me that issue. So I was really, really bothered. But to the grace of God, I think God just came through that I was able to attend that event. And that particular day, I had the strength that I had not had in few weeks before. And I did not even
Hmm.
have few weeks after. So that went.
Wow.
Then after the first trimester, like you said, you're very correct. It took me a while to actually wrap my head around being pregnant, having to be a mother,
Hmm.
the stress, everything. It was a lot. It took me a while to wrap my head around it. However, I got to the
Yeah.
point where I felt, okay, you know what, I'm going to be fine. I'm just going to do this. So I was supposed at that time we had just left News on TV. I don't know if it was early 2018. So at that time we're just we stopped. We had some things with News on TV still in the early days or early months of 2018. So at that time it was the time when I was supposed to actually resume a new TV job. That was when I realized I was pregnant. And at the same time, I had a new radio job coming that was lurking around in the corner somewhere. So I just felt, I don't think it's right for me to, take on these jobs, knowing who I am. And in few months, I'll tell them that I want to take a break because I want to go and have a baby and all of that. So I had to decline both jobs, right? But I was still, getting my hosting jobs and all of that. And I know that because I'm a slim person, when I just dress up, people will know that I'm actually pregnant. So I'll just go, I'll host the event, I'll come back home. But there was one particular one that actually gave me out. There's this beauty pageant I usually host every year. And I usually go to the camp with them, BIP. So when when we had meetings and all of that preparing for BIP, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to hide the fact that I'm pregnant because it was a rigorous job for me. I would have to wake up very early, sleep in very late for 2 weeks. So I'm like, I don't want anybody to start looking at me like, she's pregnant. Let's just give her a break. You know what? So I was just like, nah, I'm just going to. So I remember the first day I was going to the camp, I wore high-waist jeans, my darling.
Give them.
I was like, I'm going to cover this thing up. When I packed my bag, I packed big T-shirts. I'm just going to hide this pregnancy. Never. Nobody's going to know I'm pregnant. And at that time, I think I was about 6 months gone. So the first I got to the camp, some of my friends who knew me before the camp just looked at me like, Madam, are you pregnant? And I'm like, wow. Day one, you people, I'm pregnant already. First day. So I couldn't hide it. I was just going to fool myself.
So you didn't do a good job hiding it then.
My dad
because how did they find out that quick?
Woefully, the first day, before they even opened the camp, they knew I was pregnant.
Yeah.
So it was such an experience having people. Everybody was just looking out for me, taking care of me. People would want to speak to my husband. People were actually saying that they give kudos to my husband. How would he have allowed me to come and work? I said my husband knows if he holds me back from not working, he will suffer for it.
He's in trouble. Exactly.
He will suffer for it because I won't give him he won't enjoy his time. So
the money that you are losing outside, he had better get ready to make it up. I don't understand.
Darling, I tell you, because at that time I was like 6 months to 7 months, and Kelly was like, "Are you really sure you want to do this?" I said, "I want to go. I want to go and work. I can't keep staying back at home. I can't do this anymore." I was just like, okay, if you say you can handle it. But that was the last job I actually did before I put to bed.
Before you took a break. Okay, so after you had your baby, and because I know somehow for some women, whether you're an actor, whether you're a presenter or whatever, having a baby kind of changes a lot of things for you, especially when it comes to work, because they'll be like, she's a mother. There are certain jobs we can't give her again because she has to run home, she has to take care of her baby, this one, that one, that one. But have you had that experience so far since you had your baby?
So one thing I made sure I did was after I put to bed and I was ready to go back to work, for everybody I knew that were possible to give me jobs, I made sure it was clear to them that, see, I'm coming back to job because I am ready to work. And I don't want you to place conditions around my job of, you're going to have to go back home on time. No, if I don't tell you I have to go, I don't have to go. Don't make assumptions on my behalf, and don't just presume on my behalf. I am good. I'm back to work. So for those I can tell, I'll make sure I just jokingly or seriously, I just make it really clear to them. I chip it in to them. But it's not everybody can actually tell, because there are some people who actually wants to give you a job you don't even know, and they'll just come and make this assumption on your behalf, and they don't give you that job. So I won't say that it did not affect me, darling. Indeed. And another thing that I know that really affected me work-wise was the fact that I took time off social media when I was pregnant. So that was, I think that month was the month I was really absent on social media, and I'm never ever going to do that again in my life. It happened.
But you see, the thing is, there's really nothing you could have done, because first of all, your health was important. You're not impressing anybody on social media, because for
Right.
you, like for you and I, social media is more like work for us. You
Yeah,
know,
basically.
it's like updating your resume every day or every other day.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
so
And
the thing
there came
is,
this point, where my mom and my sibling in particular were like, oh, you know what? I think you should just, take time off social media. Don't let people know you're pregnant. And because it was my first time being pregnant and I was quite naive, I
oh
just said,
wow.
okay. I was like, okay, okay, okay. But now I don't born one. I don't get experience. Nobody is coming to school me anymore. I'm gonna school myself. I am now an institution all by myself.
I can't laugh, please. She said I don't born one. Nobody's gonna.
I don't
Oh
born
God, I'm
one.
done.
I'm a
I'm
mom of
done.
one.
Like I know that people, these things are always crazy, because especially, and it's not just in our industry, to be honest, because even in Hollywood, any part, if you're an actor, if you're an athlete, maybe take for example, look at Serena Williams. When she gave
Yeah.
birth, it was kind of difficult for her to come back to, so it kind of changed some things
It
for
definitely
women.
will. I
So
think it's just a part of nature because the truth is, when you put to bed, you need time to recover. Putting to
mhm,
bed, delivery is a whole lot, labor is a whole lot. So you need
yeah,
time
yeah,
to get yourself back. And you also need time for
mhm,
your child. You need, because I keep saying that at the time where I was not working fully, the truth is, as I'm saying that I was not working, I would still go out for some jobs, for some TV series, for some this, for some that. I would still go and do all those things, right? But
yeah,
I knew that I had to, take time and spend time with my child, because there are
mhm.
some milestones that once you miss, you miss. You're never ever going to get it
You
back.
missed.
When
True.
you miss some time, you can never ever get that time back. So you just need to, it's part of the sacrifice. And the truth is, I don't
Yeah.
regret it. I don't regret it.
Mm. Okay. So, tell us a little bit about your series, Being a Mom, because I've been privileged to see, some of it, and I kind of like the fact that you're giving mothers a platform, maybe first-time mothers, expectant mothers, and even mothers
Yeah.
who, have given birth, sharing their own stories with women who are just, what made you start, the series Being a Mom?
Okay, so what made me start was the fact that, so when I was pregnant, I've always said that whenever I get pregnant, I'm going to document my pregnancy journey. I'm going to probably do
Yeah.
a vlog or something, or a blog.
Hmm.
But like I said, it took me a while to wrap my head around it, so that did not work. So I just knew, okay, this is not going to work. I'm just going to have to,
Yeah.
do something else after I have my child. So
Hmm.
the time when I wanted to start creating content fully, I knew I wanted to start doing my thing. I felt that
Yeah.
it was time to start doing my own thing, no matter how small. I just
Hmm.
had to start doing something that was
Yeah.
my own. I thought
Yeah.
about the fact that, okay, for the past 1.5 year, or for the past 1 year at that time, you've been a
Hmm.
mom, and it's been an experience. Because the thing is,
Yeah.
when you're pregnant, the truth is there's no resources you will not explore and exhaust to get
True.
information. You want to
True
know,
that.
what to expect, you want to know how to feel, you want to know how to handle things. And that was
Yeah.
also my situation. So I followed loads of pages, looking for information, looking for insights, wanting to get adequate information. Eventually, I had my baby, and I realized that you cannot be entirely prepared, but you can only try.
Hmm.
So I wanted to
Yeah.
just, share knowing that I have quite a lot of experience to share, knowing that I learned, it
Hmm.
was another learning phase for me. It was like a doctorate degree for me. It was another degree
Yeah.
for me, being a mom, the experience of pregnancy and having a child. So I thought that,
Hmm.
okay, so maybe you should just start something about being a mom. You're a mom. So
Yeah.
what does it mean to be a mom? How did you get here? What are the things you learned? What are the new things you were exposed to? So I just came
Hmm.
up with being a mom, and what being a mom is about is just being a mom, as the name implies. So I get to talk about, usually it's not just a meeting, it's me getting to talk to, moms, other moms, getting to talk to people, professionals, and all of that. But because of the COVID
Yeah.
pandemic, I've not been able to start shooting outside. So what I do now is, shooting just me. And, I get to talk about quite a lot of things, from parenting to motherhood, mommy tips and motivation, because the truth is, as mothers, we need tips. We need a lot of tips. We don't know it all.
Yeah.
And it's no lie that at some point we get to lose touch on certain things. Being a mom is a whole lot. So you just get to lose touch on some things. So we need motivation.
Okay.
We need some tips to move on. And basically that's what being a mom is about. So after this pandemic, once we're sure this whole thing is, we're done with it, I would go back to, filming with other moms where we get to, I talk to them, they get to share their own experiences too.
Yeah.
We get to talk to professionals and all of that. And it's not just the mommy thing, no. People think it's just the mommy thing. Being a mom means you can be glam. I am glam and I'm a mom. I have the
now that you said it, that was actually my next question, because we're going to round off soon and I have to after this I have two more questions. How, because when mothers, after they put to bed and all that, and they've given themselves some time to recuperate and get themselves together, some mothers just let themselves go. They forget how they used to look before they got married, before they got pregnant.
Honestly.
And then maybe you now see some mothers. Even I understand that there's some women who cut their hair because they usually have headaches and all that.
Yeah.
But that wig after your pregnancy, please wear
wigs.
So please, what do you tell women like that who, now we're not even talking about glam, we're talking about putting your body back to shape, having your body as firm as you used to be, yes, there's some people that can never be as figure eight-ish as they used to be, but at least look good and comfortable to a certain point. So what do you say to those kind of women who just let themselves go?
Okay, so I'm going to give an answer to that, but you can see that we have a question.
Wait, hold on. There's a question for you. Mr. Kende says, I don't know if this has been discussed, but can you tell us about your cravings during pregnancy? It was a traumatic but hilarious experience for me. My wife turned me to a standby driver.
You know what, Mr. Kende? On behalf of your wife, I apologize. I know you probably enjoyed doing this. You enjoyed doing this probably, but I just apologize because it's just the right thing to do. God. See, it's not our fault. It's not our fault. When I was pregnant, my cravings were things that were not within my reach.
Can you imagine?
So let me give you this. So I don't know if there's this restaurant on Lekki Phase 1, when you alight from Ikoyi Link Bridge, when you alight going into Lekki, Road Chef in the filling station. So there's this dirty rice they have. There's this very spicy dirty rice they have. That was what I was usually craving for when I was pregnant. And I remember there was a particular day that I went there, they didn't have that dirty rice. So I think I just opted for something else. I opted for, I think it was their smoothie that had strawberry and some berries like that. I took it that particular day. The following day, when I was throwing up, I thought I was throwing up blood. Honestly, apparently it was as a result of the berries I took. That was why I was feeling some reddish residue in my throw up. So see,
he said Mr. one Kende, evening I went out. Wait, listen. He said one evening I went out looking for over roasted corn and Summer County butter. Bro, you suffer. Sorry.
I don't even know what to say. I don't know.
He went for
this.
I did about things over roasted corn and Summer County butter. Do they still sell Summer County butter? Because I haven't seen it in a long time.
I've not seen it in ages. Okay, so the thing is, there's something that has to do with cravings. There's something that has to do with cravings. Because most times you don't even feel, you can't eat. So when something comes to your mind that, oh, I feel like eating this, the best thing is to just seize the opportunity and get that thing to eat by all means. Peradventure, you don't get that particular thing, you now eat something else. It might take a different toll on your body.
True. Very true.
So talking from my own experience, I mean, I went out looking for dirty rice. I got parfait instead and jollof rice, and the following day I thought I was throwing up blood. Do you get? So it's just the fact that what you can do as a partner is just try your best to be there for your wife. And Mr. Kennedy, I think you did an amazing job because you said you found it for her. So
he did
sleep well. I mean, because the truth is that's like the least you could do to support a pregnant woman. A pregnant woman is going through a lot. So she's going
Yeah.
through a lot. There's a part of don't eat. There's a part of eat and throw it up. There's a part of I can't even take anything at all. So if
Anything.
she wants
Or
to eat
there's a part,
something,
or there's a part of uh you get what she's craving for, and then she says, no, I don't want, I want something else.
it's still not her fault. It was because that cravings changed before you got. Maybe you didn't
You
get
know
back on
what?
time.
I don't want to laugh too much because I'm sure by the time I get there, you're going to laugh at me. So let me just
I
keep quiet.
definitely will. I definitely will. Absolutely.
So, okay, back to the what we're talking about before we answer the
Yeah.
question. The fact that women let themselves go.
Go.
Please,
Yeah.
what advice can you, like, in a minute and a half, just tell us, because I need to
Okay.
round up.
So I
I
think
need
it's
to
just
get.
very important for every woman to understand that before you have a child, I mean, being a mother is part of our purposes on earth. However, it
Mm-hmm,
is not the whole of your purpose. It's going to be unfair to God and it's going to be unfair to you to deliver some of your purpose, fulfill some of your purposes on earth and abandon
mm-hmm.
the rest. And the truth is, if you
Yeah.
lose yourself, I don't really see how you're going to go after the rest of your purposes. A
Mm,
happy woman, a joyful woman is the happy wife and happy mother. If you're unhappy
yes,
with
yes.
yourself, if you're not taking care of yourself, ain't no way you're going to take care of your husband, ain't no way you're going to take care of your
True,
child, ain't no way you're going to take care of your
true.
family. So you need
Mm-hmm.
to make conscious effort. It is very understandable that being a mother is so much that it is enough to forget yourself. So you need
Yeah.
to make conscious effort.
Mm-hmm.
Conscious effort. I mean, when I got pregnant, because all my sisters, like just majority of my sisters had gotten pregnant before me. So I understood the fact that, oh, you might not want to apply your lotion because it makes you sick. The
Mm-hmm.
smell is going to irritate you and all of that. But guess what I did?
Mm-hmm.
I told myself that I could not afford to not smell good. So regardless of
Mm-hmm.
the fact that I was not feeling well, I will still apply my lotion. I will still use my roll-on. I'll still use my deodorant because I
Yeah.
said, never. I'm going to have to smell good regardless of how I
That's the
felt.
worst thing that can happen to you. You now still have body odor because you say you're pregnant. Are you
Do
joking?
you understand? So I understand that being a mom can be so much. Is it the fact that you are carrying a baby? The weight is enough to weigh you down. The
Yeah.
sleepless nights when you have the child, the fatigue, a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of things. But make
Mm-hmm.
conscious efforts. If you're not the makeup type, try to just do something. If it is to apply
Go to
powder
the
and lip
spa.
gloss,
Go to the
take
spa.
some time out for yourself. Your personal time out. Take a personal time out for yourself. What do you like to do? Do you like
Mm-hmm.
to swim? Do you like to hang out with friends? Is it even with your partner? Make sure that you write all these things down. What you used to do before you had your baby. Write them out
Yeah.
and pick the ones that you can still do. It is really important to be
Mm-hmm.
happy and it is important to take care of yourself. And that's one of my goals with being a mom. I want to help moms who have lost their self into motherhood. I want to help them get themselves back. So I'm going to be doing some
Yeah.
beauty series very soon. I'm going to be doing the beauty series of being a mom, where I get to do DIY on makeup, DIY on your hair, what you can do to your hair that would look good, even if you don't have the
Yep.
time to go to the salon. How you can do your makeup and look good, even if it is minimal makeup, and what you can
Mm-hmm.
wear to be comfortable and all of that, because it's
Yeah.
really key. But I don't blame those moms. It's understandable being there done that. But
Oh, she
conscious effort is.
speaking from experience.
I tell you,
Sorry,
my love,
this is the part where I say I cannot relate. Sorry,
you cannot.
I can't.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
All right.
I can't. You
Before
can't.
we round up, before the last word,
Yeah.
before we go, this question, I don't know if in your series of being a mom you've been asked this question. Did you
Okay.
ever, after having your baby, did you have a postpartum issue? And if you did, how did you handle it? Because I hear that women who give birth, after they give birth, they have like certain
Yeah.
postpartum
There's
issue.
postpartum
Some people have that
depression.
very cranky. Some people they say that there's one they call, I don't know this, but in layman's terms this is like temporary madness, quote unquote, you know.
Yeah, that's
So there are
postpartum
different types.
depression.
Yeah. So how did you have any, and if you did, how did you deal with it? And then is there any advice for people who know somebody
Okay,
that has
so
this,
when
and
it
how do they
comes
deal with
to, I actually did not have any of those things, and I would say, well, I don't know why I didn't, but I would say that one of the things that helped me the most when I had my baby
it?
was the fact that I was surrounded by supportive and lovely people who wanted me to be happy, who did everything they
Oh,
could to make me happy. So in a
yeah.
situation where you have your child, I think this postpartum depression, as a result, see, when you have your child, so when you're pregnant, there's this hormonal imbalance that goes all over your body. That's pregnancy hormones. They can be a whole lot. Then when you put to bed, there's something called postpartum hormonal imbalance as well. So this one will make you do and undo. You don't even know what's up with your body. It could mess with your mood, how you feel. It could mess with your self-esteem. It could mess with a whole lot of things. So what I usually tell people is that make sure that when you want to have your child, make sure you are surrounded by people who would support you, people who would care for you and love you the way you want to be cared and loved, right? Even if you don't have those people around, it is the work of your partner to do that. The fact that you're going through stress, having to tend to the child all by yourself, not sleeping, not resting, plus the postpartum hormonal imbalance can mess with a lot of things. So as a new mom, you need help. Make sure you're open to that help. Make sure you let people help you. Because we usually feel we are superhumans. I can do that by myself. Don't worry, I got this, I'll handle it. Yes, we can do it all by ourselves, but it has consequences. So make sure that, and also the people around the new mom, make sure you're not, you're not just drooling over the newborn alone. Please drool over the mom too, because she just went through a lot. Honestly, some women will feel that they are not being cared for, they are not being loved. It's just about the child,
the baby,
and they will start feeling they'll start feeling somehow about the child. They'll feel disinterested. That's how postpartum depression works, and that's how it starts. So please, as much as you are drilling over the baby, drool over the mother as well. Care for the mother. Pay attention to the mother.
Give her words of encouragement, like "well done, you try," those kind of things.
Yes, make them feel happy. And the moment you start feeling like you're feeling somehow, maybe you're feeling disinterested in your baby, or you don't feel the need to care for them or tend to them, know that there's something is wrong, and talk to your partner about it. And make sure you find a solution to it. Talking to a professional, going to the hospital, and all of that.
Somebody said, okay, before we go, somebody said big kudos to fathers. Okay, it's still Mr. Kendi. He says big kudos to fathers too, because without extreme patience, specific, and that's very true. Thank God he brought this up, because people focus on the mother and the baby and forget the father that was there. Or maybe the father who was also in the delivery room with the wife, or something.
When I had my baby through CS, and my husband and I had always agreed that it would be in the delivery room, because I thought I was going to have my baby through vaginal delivery. But I had my baby through CS, so I just told him that I would understand if you don't want to be in the surgery room. All right, just stay back. And I was like, no, it's fine. So it was actually in the room where they were cutting me and bringing out the baby. And according to what I heard after, they were like, it was just too stunned that at some point the doctor was like, are you sure you don't want to go out? Because the sight of the blood, the sight of the
was too much. It
was so much. And the truth is we don't pay so much attention to the fathers as well. And I wouldn't say it's unfair, but people don't understand the silent things the fathers go through. My husband went through a lot when I was pregnant. He lost weight.
Oh my God! As far as I'm concerned, Miss have carried that baby for 9 months.
Honestly, yes, Mr. Kende, kudos to you. Well done.
Well, okay. All right. So we're about to round off. Before we go, do you have any advice for now, particularly for expectant mothers? Now, not just in the industry alone. I'm talking mothers who are expecting, who are almost there, but they are still working. They still have to go to work, or they work from home or something. What advice are you going to give them?
So I wouldn't outrightly say that you should leave your job, because those bills will not pay themselves. And the fact that we don't even know, you might actually be the one supporting the family the most or something. Regardless of the situation, I know that most women would like to, oopsie, okay, so it's my turn.
Nepa will embarrass you.
It is my turn. Don't worry.
Mr. Kende says, 2 girls now and happy and done. Shop closed. No, sir, continue. School fees is not expensive.
Mr. Kende, are you sure you don't want to have a boy?
Anyway, will you keep quiet? Will you keep short? I don't understand. Okay. After the whole school fees and things, you want him to have another one. My friend, give you advice. Go get the fuck on load the phone.
Okay, so my advice to expectant moms is that please try to take as much rest as you can. I know that you want to work because the bills are important as well. The money is important, right? And you want to probably, because I don't know how it really works in the corporate world, but I think they give them 1 month before before you put to bed.
No,
and
some 2. I think depends on your position also.
Your position. So just take, no matter what happens, if it is to talk to your HR that you want the workload you do on a normal day, you want to reduce, please do that.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, when you go through so much stress in pregnancy, especially in the 3rd trimester, it might have some consequences on you during delivery to the point of birth.
Yeah.
It might harm your child. So please, to avoid the situations of, I don't know, or stories that touch, basically. And the truth is, much as you want to plan for motherhood, you want to learn all you can, you want to subscribe to all the newsletters you cannot be totally and extreme. You can't be 100% prepared for motherhood. You can only try. So keep an open mind. There are a lot of things that will shock you. There are a lot of things that will sweep you off your feet. Just keep an open mind and, try your best and, do all you can to stay safe and be good. Feel good, stay good, and be well. Be well. That's really important.
Has spoken from experience. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, new mom.
Yes.
Or even though NEPA decided to disgrace us this night, but it's all right. We move regardless. Thank you so much, Earniewhine. I really appreciate it, and I learned a lot from you today. Thank you so much.
Glad you did.
Don't worry, we're gonna do this again, probably with another topic or something. We'll just vibe through and just chill,
Yes,
but
we should.
Thank you so much.
G's. This is our industry G's. There's a lot.
My G, we need to catch up on some stuff.
Absolutely, we need to. We
need to catch up on some things. But it's been great hanging. Hey, they're probably like, up NEPA. Let me be in Nigeria. Up NEPA.
Up.
But I mean, it's been great having this conversation with you because
thank you for
if there's one thing I know that when it comes to we ladies and us in the media industry, it is a pot of beans, man. It's hustle your way, because at the end of the day, some people will say, "Oh, I made you, I cannot make you," So in a way, we're always on the edge of our toes because it looks like we're not in a competition with guys, but then again, it now looks like we're in a competition with the guys. So it's a whole 50-50 thing. That's why I was saying people should please understand your strength and your weaknesses, because once you understand where you belong, it is easy for you to function in your own circle. I'm not saying you shouldn't have other skills, but you can also work better on the one that you are good at. The other skills come as a plus. It comes as an addition. The truth is,
being a TV presenter or radio presenter necessarily does not mean being an actor and event host. Don't get
and you know what's funny? That being a TV presenter and being a radio presenter, people don't understand something, that as a presenter, you might even be better on radio than you are on TV.
Absolutely.
And you might be better on TV than you are on radio.
Yeah.
So the thing is, just discover and understand, where you belong, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what you can handle, what you cannot handle. You don't have to be uncomfortable just because you want to belong somewhere, So everybody should just, do what works for them and what makes them happy, and don't work because you feel like, see, guys, nobody can come and tell me anyway, we'll give you free exposure. Exposure kill you there. You don't understand.
Kill you even when it kills you,
I feel like I'm at a point in my career where if you're not talking money, sir, please don't block the traffic. Go like this. I don't have time for rubbish.
Some people even come with the offer and money, and we're still turning them down because some things are not working for us.
I'm all right. Do you understand?
Everything in stages in life. There were some times when they were telling us about.
There was a time back in the day I was doing. Remember? Do you remember that time when we used to do free jobs plenty because we're trying to build. We're trying to build portfolio. Damn. Well, I have paid my dues. I'm still paying my dues. The only good thing about it is it just keeps getting better. And I'm grateful for where I am today, man. Because when I look back, I'm like, hey, I never thought I'd be here, but okay.
Honestly, like you look at, and
So
you're
yeah.
just like, so I
But
did
thank you
that.
so much, anyone.
Thank you for having me.
I had so much fun. So guys, please follow her on Instagram at Earniewhine TV, and please, fathers, if you're here, husbands, if you're here, please refer your wives to Being a Mom series so
Yes,
that they
even
can
the
have an
dads are
idea.
welcome. Come and learn. Come
Well,
and
dads
learn,
are
dad.
welcome too, because you might learn one or two
Absolutely.
things for the men too. So yeah, so everybody is welcome. So please follow her
Everybody is.
Instagram page at Earniewhine on Instagram,
Yes,
and
please.
then you will see her series Being a Mom. Please
Yes,
do that.
thank
Me,
you.
I have to be awake in the next couple of hours, because when I'm awake, y'all lots
Right.
will be sleeping.
Yes,
So
baby.
I gotta go.
You do it for us. You do
Baby
it for
girl,
the nation,
mwah.
and we love you.
I love
Bye,
you too, girl.
girl.
Bye. My love to the
Bye.
baby and hubby.
I will.
Bye.
Bye.
Whew. Okay. That was it, and we're done and dusted. You know what I mean? I had so much fun. I hope you did too, and I hope you learned a lot, because I did. So when my future comes, I guess I know what I'm supposed to be prepared for. Well, we'll do this again next week, Sunday, same time, 7:30. But don't forget, you can catch me on radio, Cool FM 96.9, Cool FM 96.9, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning. I gotta go. I love you all. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. In case you joined for the first time and you've missed previous episodes, you can go on the link on my bio and catch up via my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments. If you have suggestions, please send them to me. I am open to learning, and I'm open to changing some stuff if there needs to be changed. I love you all. Thank you so much. Peace.